If you want to see how I achieve this makeup look, then stay tuned and watch this tutorial. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd talk you through my everyday makeup routine. This one's full of skincare and this has got all my pins on it, and this one is my makeup bag. Yeah, this does look a lot and I don't use everything in here every day. I've got a couple of, I use 3 different powders in my routine, so there's a lot of duplicates. I'm just applying the Bio Milky Toner and Peptide Barrier Cream by the Beauty Crop. My face looks so glowy. She use a jade roller. I use this roller every day, morning and night. So for sunscreen, I'm just using the Supergoop Unseen sunscreen. And a trick I learned is that I use 3 finger lengths full of sunscreen. If I've got active breakouts, I use the Witch Hazel Spot Cream or the e.l.f. Blemish Breakout Gel. Just using the She Glam Hold 'em Up Brow Gel. So I just run that through my brows. So I either use the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen or the Revolution Medium Brown Hair Stroke Pen. I can probably show you. I like this because it doesn't give too much pigment and it doesn't go everywhere. Can you see the difference? See what I mean? Where I've applied in the trusted Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Getting ready to see something at the cinema. My partner was also getting ready. We usually do base, so I've been loving this Beauty Crop Hydrating Grip Primer. The one thing I will say is I prefer a gripping primer that's hydrating. So like We Cherie from the Beauty Crop. I love the pore filter from the Beauty Crop. Basically a Beauty Crop primer. But the primer that I love the most is the Primark Ultra Grip Primer. It's a knockoff of the Milk Hydro Grip and it is sensational. I own Milk Hydro Grip and it is crap. Absolutely crap. I feel like it does nothing. It doesn't keep my makeup on. Yeah, it's really sticky, but it doesn't keep my makeup on. I trust my MAC foundation 100%, but even that doesn't last on me with the Milk Hydro Grip. I'm just taking the lightest brown shade from that palette and buffing it into the crease. I did realise at this point that the mirror was blocking my face in some of the clips, so I was annoyed at myself. You can see what I'm doing. So I'm just buffing that in. Then I'm taking a darker brown shade and running that through the outer V. Looks like that. A clean blending brush and I'm just gonna buff that. That is what that looks like. Then I'm going to take the Moondust Urban Decay Space Cowboy eyeshadow. If I'm not using that, you'll find I'm using Made by Mitchell Drip Drip. So I'd do exactly the same with that. I'd just tap that in and blend it all over the lid. I don't know if you can see, that just looks like that. And because it's so finely milled, it doesn't crease or anything, so I'm just tapping that all over the lid. Just applied some NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer underneath my eyes. This is the best concealer I've ever used. It's honestly fantastic and it doesn't settle into like fine lines under your eyes. Dupe is the ultimate under eyes concealer by Revolution. The sponge I'm using is a Lily White Cosmetic sponge. I find the new formula to be a lot more radiant than the original formula, which I absolutely love the original and was really worried about trying this, but I do find it's really nice and it sits better on my face than the original. I don't really like matte foundations and I wouldn't say it was like matte. It's more of like a satin finish, and as you can see it's such a stunning foundation. That is what that looks like. And then it got really warm and my partner wanted to open the front door. So I'm just using Made by Mitchell Blush Bronze. And I'm sorry this is such a rubbish angle. I wish I'd have realised while I was actually filming this. I just take that along my forehead, cheekbones and jawline. I have zoomed in so you can see a little bit better. Then I'm taking the Eternal Beauty eyeliner from She Glam, which I absolutely love. It's such a black pigmented eyeliner. You can see I've zoomed in here. Sorry that the quality's not that great. I have actually just brought a ring light that's really good, so the quality should improve. I'm just using the Bare Real by Benefit mascara. This is what the finished eyes look like. I am quite impressed with that. I do think it looks quite nice. I'm just using the Rare Beauty Liquid Illuminize. I'm using the Revolution Roxaurus Contour Palette. Buttermelt Blush. I'd be really careful with it. For lips, I'm using MAC lipstick and a Primark lip liner. I'm just quickly straightening it over my hair because it was a little bit damp when I started filming this video. As you can see, I'm quite quick. I'm probably a little bit rough when I'm straightening my own hair. But the best technique I've found is flip it all to the front. I have got really quick at it. This is the finished result using my everyday favourites. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.